very bad adverse effect on your liver. Now, but when we refer to the drugs that we refer to as drug of abuse, when we talk about substance abuse now, these are drugs that have psychoactive substances in them. Psychoactive drugs. Drugs that affect the psychic of the individual. These are the drugs, when misused, are referred to as substance abuse. So the word drug abuse is a blanket word covering drug misuse and substance abuse.
Thank you very much. So, mo máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ ní èdè Yorùbá torí àwa tá a gbọ́ òyìnbó dáadáa mo lérò pé ó ti yé wa ṣùgbọ́n mo tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ní ṣókí ṣùgbọ́n ní Yorùbá ohun tó ń jẹ́ kó yé wa ni pé àṣìlò àti lílo oògùn olóró ó túmọ̀ sí ohun méjì. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé lílo oògùn olóró ó yàtọ̀ sí pé à ń ṣe oògùn lò ṣùgbọ́n méjèèjì addiction náà ṣe ni abuse náà ṣe ni pé kò yẹ kí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ohun tó wá ń jẹ́ kó yé wa ni pé tá bá ń ra paracetamol fún àwa tá a mọ̀ pé à ń ṣe oògùn lò àdéhùn abuse ẹ̀ bí ń sìn á lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ológun òyìnbó ká lọ bá wọn pé ìhun báyìí ló ń ṣe mí. Àwa kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ a lọ sọ́dọ̀ chemist àbí pharmacy àwa sọ fún wọn a ní ìdí paracetamol a ní ìdí ibuprofen àwa kà lóríṣiríṣi àti piritini tá bá délé a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lò gẹ́gẹ́ bí òye tiwa a lè lo paracetamol sachet kan ká mí lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà a ní ó máa tètè ṣiṣẹ́ àwa mú ibuprofen a mú tẹ̀lé bí half sachet àwa lóríṣiríṣi a ní àtìmátì lò bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ibà òtútù yẹn asáré ká kúrò lára mi egungun ní àtúnlé màá tètè lọ bí tí mo ń lọ màá lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tí má dé ìgbà yẹn á ti lọ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ó ń ṣe àgọ́ ara wa ní ìjàmbá liver wa ó ń bà á jẹ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àmọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá ti dàgbà ẹ wo àwọn bàbá wa àtàwọn màmá wa tó jẹ́ pé ẹ wò ẹ wà máa wá láàrin wá ń sìn tó bá sáré gan-an ọ̀dọ́ mi ò lè sáré tó wọn torí pé ọ̀gbàgbọ́ náà àwọn oògùn olóró yìí ní àlòjù tó bá máa lò gan wá jẹ́ pé ìbà yẹn ti wọ̀ wọ́n lára àwọn ọmọ ọgbọ́n á fẹ́ lè máa fọ́ọ̀sì wọn pé màmá ẹ lo oògùn sẹ́ẹ̀ màmá ní rọ́ àgbo ti tó Jésù ti tó mi ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà míì oògùn yẹn nìkan náà ní ṣáá tó bá máa fi wọ bí 60 ẹwà ọmọ mi wá ń sìn ẹwọ bó ṣe ń lùkì ọ̀n tó bá máa fi wọ bí 60 wọ́n ti dàbí 75 kódà àti gbé apá gan pẹ̀lú wàhálà ni torí pé kí ni oògùn yẹn wọ́n ti ṣì lójú wọ́n ti gbé ara le jù ó ti bà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan jẹ́ lára wọn so kò jẹ́ kí ara wọn dúró ṣeéṣe bó ṣe yẹ kó dúró so dókítà yẹn ti fi ológun òyìnbó yẹn ti jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ọ̀nà tá a fi ń ṣe oògùn lò nìyẹn àti lílo oògùn olóró yẹn ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ọpọlọ kò kí ń jẹ́ kí a ronú bí a ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ máa ronú ó ní pé ó máa ń tètè jẹ́ wíríwíríwírí torí àwọn tó ń lò ó tún yàtọ̀ sí à ń lo paracetamol à ń lo chloroquine à ń lo ibuprofen eléyìí tá bá ti lò tá bá ti gbẹlura lẹ́ẹ̀kan báyìí láàrin ìṣẹ́jú mélòó kan ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ojú wa máa le ojú wa máa tọ́nà bí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ náà ó ti sọ ní English rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ màá tún ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ sí ìlú. So àwọn tí tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tó tún jù wá lọ a máa wò wọ́n bíi pé ṣojú báyìí náà lọ ni yóò yẹ ṣe bí wọn náà rè ìkan náà ní wà náà èmi gan tiẹ̀ tún jù ẹ lọ gan kó o mọ̀ tó mi àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn torí pé ó ti ń dọpọlọ rú ìyẹn oògùn olóró. So nísìnyí ìgbékalẹ̀ yìí ni pé láti jẹ́ kí ojú wa là sí àwọn nǹkan tó ṣókùnkùn àwọn nǹkan míì wà tí ẹ pé a ò mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ìgbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ò kí ń da àwọn nǹkan míì wà tó jẹ́ pé à ń mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe tábàdẹ̀ tí ń ṣe ká máa jáwọ́ nínú ẹ̀ torí pé àtúbọ̀tán ẹ̀ náà kò dáa. So what we are trying to say is exactly what Dr. Theophilus has said. He spoke about drug abuse and drug misuse. So he said drug abuse is when you take all this regular paracetamol, chloroquine, etc., and then you are not taking them under prescription. You just walk up to the chemist or the pharmacy on your own and tell them, give me paracetamol, give me ibuprofen, put Piriton, and put blood tonic. You don't know what these things are working for. Before they prescribe drug to you, the doctor must have examined you and see which one will be best for your ailment. But you just assume that because you have used something similar before and it worked, definitely when you go to the pharmacy, you take maybe each sum of dosage, then it will work faster and better. But you are getting it wrong. You are damaging your liver gradually by so doing. So that's why you see many of our mothers, you know, because they do not so much believe in drugs. We the children are the ones that even force them before they can take drug when they are healed. So you see them, they are very strong and active. Compared to these days when some adults also you see them because their life is built on drugs. They depend on any small thing. Even if their leg is crashing and they say, they need drug. Any little thing is drug. So then they get to age 60, look at our mamas here, they are looking agile, looking active, looking very, very, very active. But look at this kind of people that so much depend on drugs. At the age of 55, they are looking like 72, 73. Because why? The drug has already damaged the most important part of their body system. They cannot function on their own anymore. Even the drug that is supposed to be a food supplement to help to replace some lost diet can no longer perform its works anymore. Because why? It has been misused already. So that is drug misuse. And then drug abuse. Drug abuse is the taking of illicit substance. When you take illicit substance, people depend on codeine nowadays, youth. Codeine is meant for cough syrup. It's a cough syrup. It's meant to cure cough. And codeine has different types. It is not just produced in one volume. We have codeine for adults. We have codeine for the children. We have codeine for babies. So you to just go to the pharmacy, give me codeine, you buy anyone and consume the whole thing at once. Meanwhile, this same codeine, when the doctor will prescribe, he says take half teaspoon once a day or twice a day because it's very powerful and it's very effective. But you can't imagine when the youth now get to the pharmacy, go and buy codeine from the store and consume the whole thing at once, mix it with water, mix it with alcohol. You can imagine the extent of damage it's causing upon itself. But they buy tramadol, buy Reflon, all sorts of drugs. They are damaging their body system gradually. But they don't know. Some even know, but to come out of it is the problem. Because the longer they stay in it, the more they begin to feel some effect of this drug, side effects of these drugs on their bodies, even on their minds. But at that junction, it is difficult to say no. That is called addiction. So that we will not just debate over one same issue, let's go to another speaker of ours who happens to be a doctor as well, Paul by name. He's going to explain to us what he understands by addiction.
Drug abuse is exactly what it sounds like. A person abuses a drug or a substance. So an example is that somebody takes a medically prescribed drug, not as prescribed. So for instance, mom takes 3 of her Valiums when she should only be taking 1. Another example of that is if Junior takes Dad's Valiums when these Valiums are not prescribed to him. So the person is using the substance in a non-medically prescribed way. We know that people are abusing prescription drugs in record numbers, but we also know that there's been an incredible increase in non-prescription drugs and street drugs. So again, the basic element here is that a person is using a substance, putting a substance into their body to change their mood or to change the way that they feel that's not medically prescribed or directed. Drug abuse is exactly what it sounds like. A person abuses.
So, nǹkan jẹ́ kó yé wa ni pé Paul ó jẹ́ kó yé wa pé drug abuse bá ṣe ń ṣe oògùn olóró lò, bá ṣe ń ṣe oògùn òyìnbó lò, ó ní pé a ò kí ń lọ gba ìtọ́ni lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ológun òyìnbó, àwọn dókítà wa. A máa ń lọ akọ̀mọdédé lọ ra nǹkan tó gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tá ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀. A ti tún gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹlòmíì tó jẹ́ gbajúmọ̀. Ó ti ṣàlàyé fún wa pé bó ṣe rí náà ni kò yàtọ̀. So Paul has explained also drug abuse, exactly what we said earlier on. So we have heard from another person, a practitioner, an expert, a professional, Paul. So he has explained more about drug abuse. Now let's look at what Nigerian youths have to say about drug abuse. Nigerian youths.
I'm taking tramadol, I'm taking Lara, I'm taking Free, I'm taking Exol, I'm taking Codeine.
Nigerian youths abusing drugs. What's your take on that?
I just think it's normal norm in town now, you understand. Boys feel like if they don't take drugs, they can't get high enough. Like, basically, it's I think it has to do with people not having enough courage to express themselves, or feeling if they express themselves they'll be shy, and then you see people want to go on trips, codeine, ref, and the rest. So it just makes them get out of their normalcy, and they're in another world. So then another realm, and it's like, okay, I can do like this, I can act like this for about 2 hours and sleep off, and then you come back to your normal senses.
So, do you take any of these drugs?
No, I'm not a fan of drugs, no.
Or you have someone else, you have like friends and people that you know that?
I'm taking tramadol,
So
I'm taking...
we have heard from the Nigerian youth as well. This was an interview that was being conducted on the streets. They said, okay, let us call the Nigerian youth. Let us hear from them. So when they began to call the Nigerian youth, they had different opinions, but these are the ones they could record. So what they are saying is that some of them came out boldly. They were not even ashamed of anybody or whatever will be said about them. They said, so you heard that one say, I'm taking tramadol, I'm taking codeine, I'm taking lala. That lala is weed o, that's marijuana, igbo. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Nàìjíríà wà nìyẹn o, ẹ̀gbọ́n nǹkan tó ń sọ. Ó jáde kó tiẹ̀ tíjú pé tí màmá mi bá ń gbọ́ mi lé ńkọ́. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òbí gan-an fọwọ́ sí. Mo dé àdúgbò kan, grandpa ó jókòó sórí àwọn chíà àga tó máa ń fẹ̀yìntì yẹn. Ló bá gbé gbó sọ́wọ́ ní àárọ̀ kùtùkùtù tí mò ń jí lọ bí iṣẹ́. Ló kọ́kọ́ fà á. Wọ́n rò pé kí làwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ gan-an á máa ṣègbà tí arúgbó báyìí ń dán ìwò. Grandpa kí làwọn ọmọ fẹ́ máa dánwò lára so irú ẹ̀ ní ti arákùnrin ọ̀dọ́ ta rí yìí sí ó ní òun fa oríṣiríṣi òun mu tramadol oògùn ìbò tramadol tí ò yẹ kíyàn kàn máa lò láì ṣe pé bóyá ó fẹ́ ṣe operation fún àbí nǹkan ó mu codeine ó ní lálá yẹn gbó ni o. So Nigerian youth, it is good when we are vocal, when we can come out to public and tell them our mind. It is good because it helps us to find solution on time. So he has come out to the public, he has said his own mind. Who knows if someone can just decide to help him tomorrow. So the other person said his opinion also. He said most Nigerian youths get high because why? They are shy. They do not know how to confront people. Many people cannot come out boldly in public to address the public. Some people, when you call them, you say, give them an assignment. Just give them an assignment, something that has to do with opening speech, public presentation. They can't do it until they take hard drugs before they can do that. Then they begin to act, but they are no more acting on their own. They are acting, they begin to act irrational. At first, they could be on point because it's still fresh. But to get to a point whereby the thing will take effect on them, now when they stand in public, they start saying nonsense. Look at this famous Majek Fashek. Gbogbo alamo Majek Fashek now. Toko Majek Fashek na New York, send down the rain, send down the rain. Gbogbo alamo pe superstar gidi ni. Majek Fashek happened to be a very great superstar. Home and abroad, they recognize Majek Fashek. White used to dance whenever he's performing on stage. You see crowd, both white and black on the streets watching Majek Fashek. What messed up Majek Fashek life? Drug. He has been living on drug before he can stand on stage to perform. That has been his motivation. Just like this Nigerian you said, some cannot stand in public, some cannot address. They just used to. But the issue is that Majek Fashek died an addict. You see, before he died, you see the way he looked. He looked very old, older than his age. Majek Fashek was no longer presentable, even though his voice was still there. He could not even perform anymore. If his voice was gone, he spent how many years in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital? That is around 2002-3. He left there maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Can you imagine? When they can't handle him again, they interviewed Majek Fashek live on TV. Majek Fashek interviewed him with Two-Face and some other famous stars. Majek Fashek was saying nonsense. Ìgbà tó gbé sórí afẹ́fẹ́ Majek Fashek lẹ́yìn tó kúrò ní Yaba Yaba left tó gbé lọ láti 2002-2003 tó ṣe filẹ̀ lọ́dún 5-6 sẹ́yìn. 15 years. Ìgbà tó mú Majek Fashek jáde pé wá o, ẹ máa bọ̀ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ rí ẹ kọ́ mọ̀ pé ó ṣì wá o. Tó ń bi léèrè àwọn ìbéèrè kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀rọ̀ ni Majek Fashek kì í sọ o. Ohun àwọn Two-Face gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ à ń bẹ̀. Ìgbà tí ó béèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ Majek Fashek á ti kọ́kọ́ dáhùn dáadáa. Á tún gbọ́rọ̀ lọ báyìí. Á tún gbégbá ojú tiẹ̀ fẹ́ ti àwọn Two-Face gbogbo wọn. Torí àwọn yẹn ti ń kọ́lé ó ní àrómọdé àwọn ní Majek Fashek bàbá wọn ní nǹkan kan. Ìgbà tí bàbá wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ kátàkátà lẹ́nu. Wọ́n tún gbìyànjú láti gbọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ pé káṣírí ẹ̀ lè bò díẹ̀. Irọ́ Majek Fashek tún kàn ń bọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ sí ni o. So addiction is not a good thing at all. This is not a good experience. So those that come out of addiction, that's why we never cease to appreciate God. We never cease to appreciate what God has done. This program is because we have undergone addiction. We know what it entails. We know what is behind it. Not when people that are not addicts look at addicts. The way they see them is not exactly the way they are. Addicts are struggling to come out of addiction. They just can't help the situation. They just can't help it. Most people just say, look at him, he's always dead. He has gone to smoke again. He has done this, he has done. Ó ti tún lọ pọ́n, ó ti tún lọ ṣe kinní kan, ó rí ọmọ burúkú láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù. Aago 5, ó ti tún lọ jí pọ́n nǹkan kan. Ó ti tún lọ mú gògóró ẹ̀. Ohun àwọn náà ó ti sú àwọn náà. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń gbọ́n yẹn gan ó ti sú wọn. Gbogbo ipò tó máa ń wà tó bá ti mú tán ó ti sú wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀ lágbára lórí ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó bá rá ní pé orí ti di baraku. Ẹ má dalẹ̀ bílẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ohun tójú tí wọn náà ń rí kò rọrùn. Ó ti sú àwọn gan. Tó la ṣe gbétò ìkalẹ̀ pé tá bá gbìyànjú Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. A lè tún ayé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣe. Àtàwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn àwọn tí ò mọ̀ pa àtàwọn òbí tó ń bímọ tó ń tọ́mọ tó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú àwùjọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé òògùn olóró. Wọ́n á tún mọ ìgbésẹ̀ tó máa gbé. Wọ́n á mọ bó ṣe máa tọ́mọ wọn sọ́nà tí ò ní yà sí di òògùn olóró. Àwọn tó ń tí bá ọmọ àbí ẹbí àbí ìdílé kan tó tọmọ wọn tó ń mu òògùn olóró tó mọ bó ṣe máa ràn án lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú ètò yìí àgbékalẹ̀ ètò yìí. Wọ́n á tún mọ ìgbésẹ̀ tó máa gbé láti fi ran ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. So now let's go to the third video, who is going to also explain to us more about addiction. Let's go to the third video.
I'm taking Tramadol,
That's what the third video.
I'm taking Lara, I'm taking Free, I'm taking Exol, I'm taking Codeine.
So addiction is not just for the poor. Formerly, when you get there, just hold on. Formerly, our advice is just present. So formerly, the Nigeria, when you talk about addiction, the first place you think of is the poor family, the ghetto, those that are not privileged to be rich. But addiction these days is more than that. When you talk about addiction, first of all, go and search the home of the rich, wealthy people. I know of somebody let me not call his name, but his father happened to be among the decision maker in Lagos. Whenever they want to appoint a new governor, if his father and Oba Eko are not seated, they dare not appoint him. If you are voting, you are just voting. The person that is going to rule Lagos for that tenure is already waiting. Yes, he's already waiting. They are the decision makers. So this boy happened to be the son of the son of this man I'm talking about. I won't call his name because he's a public figure. So this so-called person, his father gives him nothing less than 1.2 million naira every 6 months into his bank account. He and his siblings, 1.2 million naira each. Owó tó ń fún ní oṣù mẹ́fà. Ìṣẹ́kẹ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ni. But still, this boy is not different from a lunatic. Because why? He's addicted to smoking of marijuana. And he confessed to me some time ago, he said he used to lace cocaine in between his marijuana. So the way he spends his money, let me tell you. Can you imagine 1.2 million naira? Let them give one of us, some amongst us, 1.2 million naira. It will go far in our lives. This boy, 1.2 million every 6 months, he has been taking it for long. He go and buy unnecessary things. He could buy perfume, 60,000, 80,000 perfume, small perfume. He could go and buy DJ instrument, worth of 2.5 million. Doing what? He bought about 3 as a day. Those are the things he does with his money. He has nothing to. He sleeps and wakes up in his father's house, one of his father's house. That's how he spends his money. Imagine. But the brain to plan, the brain to do something productive with his resources is no longer functioning well because of the abuse of drug, misuse of drug, abuse of drug. So if you have a child that does not see anything bad in smoking, now begin to let them know. Because you are a son of a rich man, does not exempt you from those on the street. It will get to a stage whereby that same son of a rich man will begin to sleep under bridge. Will begin to sleep from ghetto to ghetto. Because why? His brain is no longer functioning well. The places you find it, you could sit down in a public toilet to smoke. Public toilet where there's shit everywhere to smoke. White or black. We once worked in a rehabilitation center and Mr. Kende Lawa. In that same rehabilitation center, we have seen different cases. Ogoloro ìkó kọ́ pé olówó lẹ́nìkan àtolówó àtolòṣì ló mú un. Tẹ́lẹ̀ la máa ń ro kàn sí pé tá bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn amúgbó yẹn, a máa rò pé àwọn ọmọ abẹ́ bíríjì, àwọn ọmọ akúṣe, àwọn ọmọ tí ràn wọ́n lówó rí. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ o. Tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ògùn olóró, tẹ́ bá ti kọ́kọ́ wo àwọn tí à ń wò lórí afẹ́fẹ́, àwọn tó ti gòkè, àwọn olówó yẹn, ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ wo àwọn ọmọ wọn tó bá jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́, ẹ tún wo àwọn ẹ̀wọ̀n wọn dáadáa fínífíní. Ṣẹ̀rí ògùn olóró ìtíyàn bá mú torí owó èèyàn a lè má kọ́kọ́ rí àríṣà ẹ̀. Ẹ̀wọ̀n tí wọ́n bá ti wọṣọ gidi tó ti múra dáadáa, ẹ lè tètè mọ̀ tó bá ya wèrè. Ó dìgbà tẹ́ bá ba gbé kẹ́ tó mọ bí wèrè ẹ̀ ṣe ní nǹkan tó. Mo lọ lórí street ìjọ kan, mo bọ́ sí bus stop, mo fẹ́ wọ mọ́tò. Máa ẹ dress dáadáa. Fine man. The next day báyìí, ó serious. Ó look serious. In fact, olú ẹ̀gbọ́n fẹ́ẹ́ ní sọ fẹ́ẹ́ sàyẹ́ fún mi nọ́mbà yín bí a kì í tẹ̀ máa pè é lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Tó kàn máa bẹ̀rù pọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rẹ́rìn-ín, ẹni tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kọ́kọ́ sún sẹ́yìn sí ẹ̀. Èmi tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ rò pé bóyá ó rí nǹkan tó rí fìrì tó pa lẹ́rìn. Then I was going out one day, I was at the bus stop, I saw a man. He dressed well, looking good, handsome, very cute. So you would almost ask him for his number to get connection. But the funniest thing is that this man at a point started to laugh. People beside him started to shift aside. So I was now trying to persuade myself that maybe he saw something in a glance that's making him to laugh. And he don't want to believe that he could be a madman. So all of a sudden the laugh became uncontrollable and the man was not laughing on this side. This one is serious. May God help us. So I think we are going to see Rich Lizzie, who happens to be a very, very a lady from a very rich family. So it doesn't matter your gender, male or female. People say I'm a male child. It's not only for male children. No. Even female, if you do not guide them properly, female, the way they abuse drugs these days, they are not different from men. Mọ́ṣáláṣí here, police will be passing, police will stand. You see boys and girls, youths in their teens with different kind of substance. Even the ones I've not seen before in my time, they are busy abusing them now. Boys and girls, they looked handsome and beautiful before, but now since they have gone deep into this drug abuse, they now look like just anybody. You won't want to associate with them. Let's look at Rich Lizzie. Let's hear what she has to say about addiction.
I'm Lizzie. I've been here now for 7 years. I've been seeing different rehab and I refuse to go.
That's a go to drug
joint. They won't be able to take care of me because of the heroin and crackers inside me very well. But I've been hearing about Tony Rapo for a very, very long time. And the last time I was there, I was fortunate to see him. When they came for booking, I've been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. I finished my secondary school from Vivian Fowler. I went to Caleb Northern Primary School. I came here to draw to a friend. Yeah, he used to be my boyfriend. He was putting in my weed, I don't know. So there was one time he now showed it to me that I was not like, what's this one? He said it's cocaine. I said, why will you be putting cocaine in my weed and you not tell me? That's why I got into crack.
Boyfriend.
I'm Lizzie. I've been here now for 7 years. I've been seeing different rehab.
Àwọn obìnrin I love you torí tọrùn. Àwọn obìnrin I love you torí tọrùn. Tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tí boyfriend bá ti ọ̀fẹ́ kó ṣàti love àwọn kó má tún wò tá mọ́. Wọ́n fẹ́ become the best woman for the man. Ìgbà tọ́kọ tí boyfriend ti mú gbó ó ti fún wọn mu àwọn náà ti mú pé bóyá ó máa like àwọn. Ìgbà tó yá ìyẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi cocaine sínú gbó fún kò mọ̀ ó ti wọra tán kí ìyẹn tó sọ fún ọ̀gbẹ́ni wá cocaine wà ní gbó ẹ̀ tó ń fa yẹn ó ní cocaine kẹ́ ó ṣe sọ fún mi ó ní mo ti ń fi sí tipẹ́tipẹ́ pàápàá bó dẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn ìjọ́ tí ò bá ti mú rògùn cocaine lágbára ìjọ́ tí ò bá ti mú àbí kò rówó mú kò kọ̀ láti lọ sí kọ́nà ọ̀bọ̀n káàkiri gbogbo bíbá ẹ̀kọ́ wá lówó wà bí awọ ọbẹ̀ ó fẹ́ lọ mú owó yẹn kò bá kú síbẹ̀ ó fẹ́ mú kó lọ mú cocaine ibẹ̀ nìyẹn wọ́ sí ọmọ olówó Lizzie tó lọ ọdún méje níbi tó ti mú oògùn olóró ọdún méje kí ló wá bẹ̀ ó lè máa rí tọrọ kọ́bọ̀ tó máa fà díẹ̀díẹ̀ tó tẹ̀ bí àwọn kan máa tẹ̀ Lizzie big girl báwo ni iṣu tẹ̀ wá òkè wọ́n ní òbọ̀ kò sí nǹkan jẹ́jẹ́ mi náà fà jẹ́ fà wọ́n ti ẹ̀ fún díẹ̀ kóun náà fà ìkọ́ táyé ẹ̀ ti dà nìyẹn ọmọ nílé ọ̀nà náà. Look at Lizzie's life now. She's now waiting for Tony Rabo, who happened to be an evangelist also. He goes from time to time, not all the time, maybe once, even more than that, maybe after some years, when they have enough time to do that. They go and pick people from joints, they help them to rehabilitate, and also they now bring them into the church and into the premises to start to find use for them. So they teach them how to different crafts, maybe tailoring, beads making, etc. So they become useful for themselves. So that's what Tony Rabo does. So now Lizzie has been waiting for Tony Rabo. You have been hearing of Tony Rabo. So I won't advise if you are a youth, you want to be influenced by people you see around. No. Why don't you discover who you are? There is something inside of you that others do not have. If you don't value what you have, nobody will value it. No one will value it. In fact, let me now burst your bubbles. That thing you are seeing in that person, that you think you have seen it all, if you take time to begin to manifest your own, at first you might not really get it well. Maybe you have some mistakes or you are not doing it the way you should do it. But when you get used to it, the way you begin to manifest, that person will not be able to stand beside you anymore. Ọ̀dọ́ ẹ̀yin mo bá wí, ẹ fẹ́ dàbí Lágbájá, ẹ fẹ́ dàbí Wizkid, ẹ fẹ́ dàbí Davido, ẹ fẹ́ dàbí gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń rí lórí afẹ́fẹ́. Àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yẹn ọ̀nà títí wọn nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá gbìyànjú tẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ara yín, ẹ rí i pé Ọlọ́run ti fún yín ní ẹ̀bùn kan tí àwọn gan ò ní. Tẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mú ẹ̀bùn yẹn lò lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ níbẹ̀rẹ̀, ó lè dàbí kó fẹ́ le díẹ̀. Bóyá ẹ̀ ráwọn tó máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀ rówó fi ṣe, ẹ̀ ní ẹ̀ tó máa pàtẹ́wọ́ fún yín pé àwọn ń ṣe dáadáa. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá ń gbìyànjú tẹ́ ń ṣe lọ, ẹ máa dé ipò tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tẹ́ ń wò Wizkid gbogbo ọ̀ nílé dúró sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Àwọn kan náà máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé kẹ́tẹ̀ pé àwọn káwọn tẹ̀ wá sí àgbègbè yín kó wá pàfọ́ọ̀mù díẹ̀. Bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ sí orí fídíò míì torí nǹkan tá a máa ṣe lénìí fẹ́ pọ̀ díẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n torí àkókò lẹ́yìn fídíò yìí a fẹ́ gba àwọn ballet dance group láàyè láti wá perform díẹ̀ fún wa ká tó fi túraká díẹ̀ sí ká tó parí videos wa. So we are going to take a break, but after this video we now call upon the ballet dance group. I hope you are preparing so that they will come and perform just 10 minutes or 5-10 minutes dance performance, dance show to entertain us so that we can be refreshed as we continue with our program to round up. So there's this common drug they call codeine. Codeine is very popular these days. Tramadol, codeine, etc., etc. Many youths, they love these drugs. I don't know why. I don't know what they even see inside, because in my time I did not even take it. Me then, I believe in smoking weed, so weed was very super effective. If I take codeine, it's not what the codeine wants to do for me. But codeine is very dangerous and deadly. I thank my God I did not take codeine. You could be taking codeine now, people will not suspect you. But if you take weed now, before you pass by now, they will start. When they see your eyes is red, they say, but codeine, you hardly suspect that this child has taken codeine. Parents, don't just take drugs and put them anywhere. Keep them away from the reach of children. Time will not permit. I would have played you a video. A white woman was speaking, but the way she spoke, it was clear enough. But not everybody might understand what she's trying to say. She made parents to understand why you should keep your medications out of the reach of children. It's even written on the drugs. You don't say because it is paracetamol, it is not harmful. She made us to understand, and it's truth. It's the truth. Children will take tablets, they grind them, they mix it inside water. Some will mix it inside Sprite, mineral. Some mix it inside alcohol. They even do the same with codeine. They do the same with codeine. So when after mixing it, they now start to drink it. You will not suspect that this is what they are drinking. You only see that their reaction is changing gradually. But you will not know that this is what is making them to react this way. You think maybe they are happy or they are excited. So keep your drugs, your medication out of the reach of children. And children, don't just take anything that you see. They have their own prescription. They are meant for different purposes. Because this one makes you feel this way today, doesn't mean it's good for you. It could be very, very harmful and deadly. So ẹ̀yin òbí arọ̀ yìí, àwọn oògùn tí ẹ lò ẹ máa kó pamọ́, ẹ má jẹ́ kó wà ní àmọ́wọ́tó àwọn ọmọ, torí pé àwọn ọmọ wa nǹkan tó ń fi ń dánwò lára kò ń ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀yin lè máa rò pé oògùn lásán ni ẹ kó lẹ̀. Táwọn ọmọ tó wọ́n bá tẹ̀ tó bá mú ẹyọ kan méjì márùn-ún pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn, wọ́n máa ń lọ, wọ́n máa dà sínú mineral, ìmíì máa dà sínú ọtí, ìmíì wọ́n máa dà sínú omi, wọ́n á lọ sí patí, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mú. Táwọn àgbàlagbà bá rí wọn, ọ̀ ní mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń mu nìyẹn, wọ́n á rò pé bóyá mineral lásán ló ń mu àbomi. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó ń mú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ẹ kàn rí pé ìwà wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yàtọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni. Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń bá wí tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń gbọ́ràn, ẹ máa bá wọn, wọ́n máa kí fún yín ni pé màmá ẹ fi mí lẹ̀ jàre, kí lẹ̀ ń sọ. Màmá ẹ fi mí lẹ̀, wàhálà yín pọ̀ jàre, ẹ fi mí lẹ̀ jọ̀ọ́. ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó ń mu òun ló fà á ẹ̀yìn òun mọ̀ ìgbà tí wá igbó là ń mu jù tábà ti mú gbó tábà ti kọjá díẹ̀ ti sáré gbóhùn rẹ̀ lára wa ẹ ti lè kóra yín ẹ ti lè mọ bẹ́ ṣe máa para yín mọ́ pé ọmọ yìí ti mú gbó a gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ sí jù kó má lọ gbá wa lójú a gbọ́dọ̀ oníbọ̀tà lè oúnjẹ ẹ jẹ́ kó wà tòsí kó má bínú ẹ ti mọ̀ kó ti mú gbó àwọn eléyìí nǹkan tó ń mu ẹ lè tètè mọ̀ ẹ kàn ní pé ìwà wọn yàtọ̀ ni so ẹ máa kó àwọn oògùn tẹ̀ ń lò pamọ́. So let us hear what you have to say about codeine. Codeine. How sweet codeine is to the youth. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tẹ like codeine tàbí tẹ̀ ń kúrò codeine. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan tó wà ń di ẹ̀ gangan.
I thought chains were a thing of the past, but not in this rehab center in northern Nigeria. People here are chained to the floor to prevent them from being violent. Some have mental illnesses, but many of them are like this because of a specific drug. A deadly, largely hidden epidemic that is sweeping across Nigeria.
Oògùn tó ń lò ní àṣìlò àwọn codeine kankan òun ló fà á.
People all over the world are addicted to cough syrup with codeine. It's a medicine that has become a street drug. A sweet strawberry taste that makes you high and hooks you. Over time, it will kill you. In just 2 states, the government says 3 million bottles are consumed every single day. It's not hard to find Nigerian boys getting their syrup high.
Just look at them.
It's not hard to find Nigerian syrup girls either. Even religious women drink it. Vast quantities are seized and destroyed by the government every year. Tons of it in northern Nigeria last year.
Síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ kò dópin o. Àwọn tó ń dè wọ́n ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ kò wọ́n o. Tó bá dè wọ́n nǹkan tó máa dánwò lára. Ọlọ́pàá gan amú ọtí. Emzor, which is paracetamol. Codeine, people tend to get addicted to them. They misuse them. And this is the end result. Ẹlòmíì lè ta mọ́tò. Some people sell cars just to go and get satisfied. Yes, on Tale, you see here of some people's testimony. Tẹ́ bá ti rán wọn létọ́ kan not for sale. You see those houses they wrote not for sale. You know that there's an addict in that house. Amugbo kan cocaine ó wà níbẹ̀. Mo lọ ṣe kọ́ síbẹ̀.
After buying the syrup, all of it was poured down the drain.
Ìjọba gbìyànjú láti dókè dúró. Wọ́n lọ rà ní rẹpẹtẹ pé táwọn bá tẹ̀ sún pé bóyá àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ò ní ti rà mọ́ débi kó máa ṣì lò. Ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀.
The company says it's irresponsible and compliant business is reviewing distribution policies and treating our findings with the utmost seriousness. Codeine cough syrup can be deadly if you take too much. It can cause organ failure,
ó ń jẹ́ kí
against
organ
schizophrenia.
kidney nǹkan liver
This rehab center in
back up.
Kano is a place of
tí wọ́n bá mú láàmú
life.
jù ẹ wo
Cough
wèrè
syrup addict was
nílé
found out
ìtọ́jú
of control in the city.
kò lè
Arrested
control, he can't control himself
a
anymore.
few days before.
That's the work of codeine. People think it's only marijuana, weed, igbo, and cocaine that can make people mad. This is codeine's work now. Can you see? Iṣẹ́ codeine yẹn o, kò ń ṣe igbó àti cocaine nìkan.
He was too violent to be close to others.
Jẹ́ kó súnmọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n sún sọ́tọ̀ ní igi lọ́sùnmọ́ igi.
No books, no television, nothing. And still, they keep coming.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń kóyàn wá sílé ìtọ́jú yẹn. They keep bringing people to the rehab center. That's our experience in the rehab center. People will not cease to come. In a month we admit lot of patients because of drug addiction, drug abuse.
Shivering and unstable with withdrawal symptoms. In one room, we found a girl of just 16 years. She's been in the center 2 months, feeling weak and still shaking as syrup leaves her system. Her message to others
ní rehab ó ti lóṣù méjì. Ó tún gbà wọ́n níyànjú pé kó má débẹ̀ o, ó máa báyé wọn jẹ́ ni. Tóró ti là kọjá.
And everybody knows the situation of this codeine now. No, it's not a hidden thing.
Kò ń ṣe kó tán fi pamọ́.
And we can't deceive anybody. The truth should be told. And we are saying it out that this thing is a serious issue. It is biting everybody. It is going from one home to another. If you think you are safe, you are not safe.
It is biting. It is going from one room to another.
I understood why some people say cough syrup is killing
kò
a
sí pé abúlé
generation.
làwa wà àbókò làwa ó ti ń fọ́nká tọ́ba tí màá lò ń bí ìjọkànjọkàn apá ò ní ṣe kà mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ó sì ń da torí pé ètò báyìí ó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́
I felt chains when thinking of the
láti
past.
fi dáwọ́ ẹ̀ dúró láti fòpin sí. This program will help us to put an end to it. The spread of addiction, of drug abuse, drug misuse will help us to put an end, to control it. So it is spreading. So gradually, if nothing is done about it, what will be the future of Nigeria? Now let us take a break. We are calling on the ballet dance group to come and perform shortly with us a dance show. So let's just give them 5 to 10 minutes to perform as we watch, sit back, relax, and then we continue. So as we set the stage to come on for performance, let's put our hands together for them to encourage them.
It's time for the final countdown. The show starts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? It's showtime.
There's a passion in my heart and a burden in my spirit. It is for my generation. Are we living according to His plan? There's a path and purpose for every man. There's a calling for
together for them. Let's put our hands together for them. They have really performed very well. And I want you to understand something that is a word that we are living. We can't hide from the truth anymore. If you are trying to hide away from the truth, the thing is that the truth will surely not cease to exist. We parents, mostly we do not like it when our children are too much exposed to some social activities. But we can control it so that they will not be exposed negatively. You know, the world has been so exposed that, you know, our children, even those that are born in a Christian home, if we do not allow them and guide them, they will go the other way. So this dance presentation, this short dance presentation, is still okay. Reason is that it is better when our children do something presentable than when they go behind us to parties and clubhouse. That is when they begin to mix with bad people. And they will now start smoking and all sorts of things. So this dance performance, the school also recommend it amongst their extracurricular activity.